I'm using this community because of the high possibility that most of you believe in the supernatural. If I posted this elsewhere, they would call me crazy. Maybe here I can make a difference. Don't talk to the dead. Never. Okay, I never talked. Most of you must be thinking at this very moment, as you judge my sanity. The fact is, everyone has supernatural experiences in their lifetime. All of you must have witnessed something. Doors opening by themselves, whispers and inexplicable noises. At dawn, objects moving, figures running out of the corner of your eye. The list is huge. Those who have never witnessed something like this will witness someday. It's a matter of time, especially when someone close to you dies. The chance of unexplained events happening in your home is huge. Before more, let me introduce myself. My name is Samantha. I work with seances. When contacts from the other side occur, people call me to talk to the dead. I know what you're thinking, that this is an advertisement for me to sell my services. Well, I don't work like this anymore. Before explaining what I do now, let me exemplify by telling the last case I worked on. It's a depressing story, so trigger alert. Anyone who wants to, feel free to skip the story and look at the conclusion, which is the most important part. This is what happened. There was a couple who had been dating for over 4 years. One day, she went on a trip. The boy, with the feeling that something was strange, managed to access his girlfriend's account and saw the exchanges with a man from that city. The messages couldn't be clearer. When you get here, I'm going to screw you in every position. I can't wait to see you. Hundreds of messages with this type of content. The boy couldn't stand to see such interactions from the supposed love of his life and hanged himself in the couple's bedroom. On the table he left a suicide note. Life is made of moments. The moments that marked me the most happened in the last 4 years. I could repeat those years forever, and I would be the happiest man in the world. I can't go on knowing that everything I lived was a lie. I don't feel human enough knowing that after years, I didn't even have the right to receive the truth from your mouth. My truth will remain here, hanging from the ceiling. The girl contacted me. She really had gone to another city to have a momentary affair. It's in another city, no one will know, she thought. The intention was to satisfy the flesh for one night and live normally with her boyfriend for the rest of her life. When the day came to practice the act, she regretted it. A giant guilt ran through her mind. She didn't even meet with the man. On the return journey, she felt refreshed mentally after the uncertainties of the previous months. She imagined the years ahead, determined that she would never again let desires speak louder than the respect she had for her boyfriend. Arriving home, she found the note and the boyfriend hanging from the ceiling. She wanted to talk to him, apologize, say she was sorry, not thinking clearly, but her mind had made it right in the end. And she hadn't actually cheated. Strange happenings in the house filled her with hope that her boyfriend was still there, and the possibility of even the smallest redemption warmed her insides. We did the seance, and the response was almost immediate. The Ouija board moved furiously, answering every question. Things moved by themselves in the house. Cries and aggressive phrases all day long did not let the girl sleep almost at all. She always woke up with some loud noise. I was called again. The girl wanted to keep contacting him, tell that if she could, she would go back in time. The Ouija board aggressively interacted with each sentence that came out of the girl's mouth. I also wanted to go back in time. I acted with the emptiness of the moment. I didn't want to leave yet. We spent hours interacting with the dead boy. The intention was to resolve the outstanding issues, and the girl would forgive herself. Hours later, that didn't happen, so we decided to continue the next day. I would also reveal the truth to her. I think she was ready to hear it. Unfortunately, that definitive meeting never happened. When I got to that house the next day, the door was ajar. I knocked twice, and when I got no answer, I entered the room. When opening the bedroom door, in the same place where the boy had killed himself, there was the girl, eyes rolling, and face all purple, rope wrapped around her neck. She had left a message. I failed in this life. Maybe next time I won't be that person who intentionally ruins everything that makes me happy. So, this is how the life of those 2 young people ended. Depressing, I know. I apologize if I ruined someone's day by telling this, but it's crucial that you know this story. By the way, you must be wondering, why did she say not to talk to the dead, and then told an experience where a dead person was contacted? That's the point. In my 16 years of working in seances, And in all my research, I am absolutely sure of this. Dead people don't talk, ever. It wasn't her boyfriend, it was an entity impersonating him. Why didn't I warn her from day one? In my experience, in most cases, people don't believe me when I tell them. They want to trap themselves in the sweet lie that their loved one is still there, talking to them. At first, I tried to be sincere, but I was expelled most of the time, so I changed my strategy. I tried to help without telling the truth. After failing miserably with this new approach, I was at a bit of a loss as to what to do. I'll probably die, and I couldn't make much of a difference. This text is a last desperate act. Now that we've gone through the big picture, let me explain what these entities are. You see, every year the rates of suicide and mental illness increase. I'm not a doctor. Obviously, spirits from beyond is not the driving factor for this. We have much bigger issues in modern society that affect these numbers. The correlation I want to bring comes from the following fact. Entities watch us all the time. I mean all the time. Bathroom, anonymous tab, drunk at a party. Dozens of entities are watching you in a bizarre reality show, waiting for an opportunity to affect you directly. Ever had that feeling of being observed after watching a horror movie? The entities have sensed your fear and want to see how you react to a little contact, testing the waters. Most of them definitely act on deaths of loved ones. They know that's when we're most vulnerable. If the person bites the bait, they imitate the newly deceased more intensely. If objects move, figures appear out of the corner of the eye, voices whisper, even familiar ones. In short, anything strange. It means that the entities sensed your vulnerability and made a move. They wait for the right moment because, despite their desire to affect as many people as they can, they also want the general population not to believe they exist. Does that make sense? I know I must be a bit paradoxical in parts of this text. I apologize. I haven't been sleeping well for months, and the noises in my house along with the voices in my ear don't let me think straight. They are no longer afraid to show themselves to me. Whenever I'm alone, they aggressively try their best to kill me. I took all the knives out of the house. The drawers opened when I step in the kitchen, and they flew at me. I have a bad cut on my arm. I don't know if I'm going to survive. I'm afraid that if I go to sleep, some ceiling wood will impale me or something. I'll check the house again, see if there's anything sharp they can use. I'm scared. It's too late for me. At least I managed to post this text before they find a way. I hope all this has not been for nothing. Please follow my warning. The next time you hear voices, objects move, see figures, don't interact. They are not friendly. They won't stop until they hurt you. Demonstrate that none of that affects you, so they will look for someone more vulnerable. The notebook keeps sliding on the table. I have to go. I hope you believe and follow everything I said, and that the entities that live with you aren't glued to your shoulder, watching everything you do and aware that you saw this warning. They won't like it.